श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So one thing is, for people who are watching this in YouTube, because of some Google AI issue, the video is made private from public. They say I am spamming them. I am deceiving. I am removing the deception and they don't like it. Okay. So we saw yesterday, Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Muktihi. From Satsanga you go to Sangha-less, association-less. From association with the wise men, you go to silence. Nissanga, not association with people, means it is not going alone and sitting in a forest. Yesterday we saw, whether you go alone and sit in a forest, you are carrying your mind with you. So the problem still remains. Whether you are young or old does not really matter. Your mind plays tricks on you and you will be in trouble. So first thing what we have to do is, we have to go to a proper guru, because there are so many people who call themselves guru, and guru is a fashion statement. Even in fashion field they call fashion guru. Guru has become a cheap word now. So we are talking about the guru. Beautiful word, guru. People don't even understand what they think guru means. The understanding is he is master, he is the lord, something like that. Guru is not a master or lord, fashion master, fashion superior, fashion god, fashion lord. No. Guru, two characters. Guru. Gu, one who, gu and ru, one who gives, and ru, one who dispels. One who gives the knowledge and dispels the ignorance. That is what guru means. One who, by giving the knowledge, dispels the ignorance. And where are these people? Fashion and all these gurus. What do? They neither give you knowledge nor dispel your ignorance, but they put you more and more into the ignorance. This is the biggest problem. Now, coming to this, Satsanga. Satsanga means, we yesterday saw that association with people who have the knowledge of Sat, existence, the truth. Okay. So we have to have, Sangha means association. We have to have association with them. How? It is not a casual association as we see in other places. A guru is not a kind of a person sitting on an information kiosk. Just go knock, hello, where do I get this kind of shoes? Oh, that, you go to the left and there is a store there. No. You go to information kiosk and other places where you want to know information about things and ask the question directly. But this is not that place. There is a way to approach the guru. First, who is a guru? That should be made clear. We understood a guru, one who by giving the knowledge dispels the ignorance. That is the person whom we call as guru. Now, who is that one who is capable of doing that? one who has studied the scriptures, Shastra in tradition. That is important. One who has studied the Shastras in tradition. Because we see these new age gurus who crop up twice in every day. On every day, each day you see two gurus cropping up. They will not be, it's like a fashion fad. For a period, that they will be in limelight and suddenly they will disappear. Because people understand their methodology. That is scamming. People understand their methodology. Now, here we are not talking about that kind of situation. This person has studied in the tradition and he has the knowledge of that self through the tradition. He has understood the truth from his guru, and that guru has understood from his guru, and that is a cycle. It's such a tradition which starts from Shiva. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Aspadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vichyantis. Beginning from Sadashiva, Shankaracharya in the middle, till my Guru, I studied the whole tradition. That is the chant we do. That is the respect we give for the whole tradition. Why I say this? I understand you should have studied from your Guru. Oh, you don't understand properly then. The Guru should have also studied from another Guru. That is what we call as a tradition. His Guru also should have, and his Guru also should have. The whole knowledge should be in a lineage, in a tradition. Because what I see is some person claims himself to be a Guru. You should have studied from a Guru. Yes, I studied from a Guru. Oh, very good. We are happy because we have a checklist, and that checklist, one box is clicked. Okay. Did you ask whom he studied from? I forgot. Go and ask. Okay. You studied from your Guru. Very good. Who did your Guru study from? Oh, he didn't study from anyone. Now that is a problem. That is mystical. Don't believe mystics. Because mystics don't know the method. The word mystic itself is a oxymoron. There is no method. They call method to madness. There is no method to this madness. He understands something to be something, and that he understands to be the truth. He cannot convey it to anyone, though he may feel that he needs to serve the public, the world, but he cannot. Why? He does not know how he got it. He does not know how he got it. What kind of help you are going to be of? Because you don't know. So that is not a place of Guru. So a Guru should have studied in a lineage, in a tradition, A, and he should have the knowledge of the self, B. Okay. Now you have to go to that Guru. How do you approach him? The scriptures are very particular about these things. Because the attitude is the first thing which is important when you do all these things. Just go on, don't go and sit there. Okay, what is self? That is not the attitude. That shows that you are not really interested in learning anything. Just, okay, I'll spend some time. Okay, not even quality time. I'll just spend some time. I have some 10 minutes to go to the other movie. So till that, 10 minutes, not more than that. So that is the way people approach the Guru. That is not possible. That is not right. So the Shruti, the scriptures say, Sir, Guru meva bhigachet. He should have to, only he. Who's only who? Who? A person who has the right amount of discrimination and the right amount of dispassion. I'm not saying discrimination and dispassion. I'm saying the right amount of discrimination and the right amount of dispassion, because no one will have the right amount of discrimination, no one will have the discrimination, dispassion in totality. It is impossible. Unless and until you know the truth, it cannot be. And unless and until you have this, the truth cannot be understood. It's a catch-22 situation. It's a coupling. So both get released at the same time. So you approach the Guru. Who approaches the Guru? Who should approach the Guru? That first should be made clear. That person who understands that there is no possibility of gaining the absolute through the actions. Nasti akritaha kritena. Nasti akritaha kritena. That is the knowledge he gains. Nasti, no, not possible. What is not possible? Akritaha. That which is not an effect. Kritena, through the effect. That which is not an effect cannot be gained through any cause. Through any cause. That which is not an effect, that self cannot be gained through any cause. So that should be understood. After understanding that, that person, because of he is equipped with this knowledge, that the effectless, costless cannot be gained through any cause. It's costless. Costless cannot be gained through any cause. He understands this. And he goes to the Guru. And what do you do there with the Guru? There in Bhagavad Gita he says, Pariprashnena sevaya, Bhagavan says, Pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshnaha. You have to pariprashnena, you have to question, you have to put questions. Questions like what? Questions which are related to the teaching. Questions which are related to the teaching which he has just explained. With reference to that, you have to ask. So, pariprashnena, sevaya, through service. Then, that upadekshanti, they will teach you. Jnaninaha tattvadarshina, the knowers of truth, they will teach you. So, that is the method. That is the way to understand. But how do you approach? Approach, it is said, samitpani san shrotriyambaram manishtam. Samitpani san, with something in your hand. Samit is a small stick, wooden piece. Wooden piece, small stick means wooden piece, which is of this size. So, this, you are not going to buy it from Spar or anywhere. You are just going to collect from the forest. Or anything. In Bhagavad Gita he says, this is Upanishad statement. In Bhagavad Gita he says, Patram phalam pushpam toyam. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. One who gives these things with devotion. What? Flower, fruit, leaf or water, whatever. Anything which he can afford. When he gives it with devotion, it is not, okay, you wanted this, and now tell me. That is not the approach. So, with an attitude of surrender, you have to reach the Guru and learn from him. And then, Sadguru meva avagachyat sotyam dhamishtam, that attitude, with that you go there and you study. And then later, once you understand the attitude, it becomes natural. You don't have to be taught. It becomes natural to you. Okay. So, he, after understanding from the Guru in a traditional way, that person goes to stay alone. And staying alone means it is not running away from this place. Running away from this place is not what is called as Nissanga, non-association. Here, Nissanga is to be alone, even among people. To be alone, even among people. When among people. How can that be? All the problems we have with people is related with the mind. When we keep our mind under control, then wherever we go, that place, that time, that object, that person will not disturb us. So even like yesterday I said, 75, 80 years old, this fellow, he went to forest, and what does happen in the forest? What happens in the forest? A beautiful damsel from the heaven comes and dances in front of what's her game there? This fellow is 85. He may find someone younger in another place. Why should she waste her energy in front of this person? So we have to understand that this is a hallucination. So even if you go alone and stay there and do things, your mind will play games with you. So satsanga means from this knowledge, equipped with this knowledge, you don't go anywhere. You are wherever you are, but you are not attached to things. You are not bound by things. This knowledge, this is a knowledge. This knowledge helps you to stay nisanga, even among people. Even among people. Otherwise, whoever studies Vedanta should be in forest. That will be a big problem. So we are not doing that. Actually, what happens then? The property of forest, the rate of property in forest will go up. And the promoters will start bringing Swamis to teach Vedanta. Maybe, okay, so Nisanga is not running away from people, not keeping you aloof, alone from people. It is to be among the people but not attached to people. How can that be? Only when there are expectations, you become attached to people. You have expectations. They deliver your expectations, you are happy. They don't deliver your expectations, you are sad, angry. So, that expectation is the problem. So, that is why we teach, the first thing we teach is Nishkama Karma, action without any that is a stupid way of saying action without any expectancy for result. No one will do that. Na mandopi pravartate, we saw in the first class. Even an idiot will not get into anything which does not bear fruit. So, action without attachment to the results. How can that be? Oh, that we have done a lot while writing exams when we were kids. We used to go to exams, write the result. Parents will ask, how did you write? Oh, very good. There is no expectancy of results. That is not true, but we wanted, even though we didn't write, while writing we didn't have attachment to the exam, but the results are not the exams. The results are the results actually. So we were attached to it. So what we say is, we should not be attached to the results. We can expect the results, but not attached to the results. We can have expectations for the results. Otherwise, why do you start a karma? Any action presupposes expectation. So expectation is not wrong, but attachment to that expectations cause pain, pleasure, both. So we enter this and understand. Through Nishkama Karma, we stay in the wherever. Whatever we are doing, we keep continuing. How do you do that? Nishkama Karma. How is Nishkama Karma possible? That is why we give options there. If you have Shraddha towards your Guru, then perform all the actions as a service to the Guru. If you have I don't believe in people. There are people like that. So then perform your actions for the sake of Ishvara, as a service to Ishvara. So in both these ways, you are performing the actions, but you are not attached to the actions or the results. There was this king. He heard from people that you can gain the realization like that, and he wanted to know the realization like that. He heard. What did he hear? Like that means you put your leg on one of the hooves, or what they call the horse on both sides, saddle. One side of the saddle, that ring, on that you place the leg. You lift your leg and jump and place it on the other side. Okay, you place the leg on one side of the ring of saddle, jump, lift, place. So first is placing your first leg. Before you place your second leg on the other side of the saddle ring, you will realize. He heard it from someone. He started torturing all the Brahmins there in the country. Can you teach me? No. Jailed. You? No. Jailed. You? No. Jailed. How can anyone teach you? That is impossible. That, people do so many tapasyas for understanding this. You are jailed. Simple. So every Brahmin who were there in that place, they ran away from the city. They went to the forest. They were staying in forest because they were afraid this fellow will put in jail. They are in jail actually in forest. So what to do? So they were waiting there, and Ashtavakra heard about this from some other place. Ashtavakra is a great rishi. He heard about this story from some other place. He was traveling. These Brahmin priests were very happy to see Ashtavakra. They were thankful. They requested him to meet the king. He went to the king. Ashtavakra Gita. He went to the king, and he said, I can teach you. Come on, let's go out. Find my horse. Not here, let us go to the forest. I don't want to teach you here. Okay, take your chariot, we'll sit comfortably. We'll go to the forest. Okay, in the forest, send all your men back. He sends all the men back. I'll teach you alone now. Okay. He didn't give Satori, Zen Buddhism Satori. You know Zen Buddhism Satori? Do you know? Do you want? I just saw yesterday in a shop, they had a very beautiful bamboo stick. I'll give you Satori till you say, I have gained it, please. I have enough Satori. Satori is realization in Zen Buddhism. So that is possible. Jokes apart, he didn't do that. He took him and he gave him the knowledge. And he was very clear. Okay, I am placing my left leg. And before he could lift his right leg and put on the other side, this fellow taught him Tattvamasi, and he was like that. His horse was a very loyal horse and it didn't move, and this fellow was like that. And he left Ashtavakra, after giving him the knowledge, he left him from that place. He left him there and went to some other place. King is not returning. What did this man do? Did he kill the king? The other people come there. They see this king is like this. They take him like that to the palace. They put him on the bed and he is like in the bed also. No movement. Nothing happening. Then the minister says, okay, go and fight that Ashtavakra guy. He gave some kind of drug. I don't know what it is. There is some problem. Just go and find him. So they go, search of him. Ashtavakra is peacefully sitting somewhere and eating some chocolates or something. They found him. They brought him. Or pizza. They brought him. They brought him to this palace. And in the palace, he sees this fellow. When Ashtavakra goes and says, King, Janaka, what happened? Oh, Guru. So he immediately, oh, Guruji. Until then, he was like this. When he hears the Guruji's voice, he gets up and says, oh, Guruji, I'm sorry. I was lying down, sorry. Okay, everything is fine. Now, he again teaches him the way, method to be established in that self. Now he is peaceful. After teaching that way of establishing in the self, Guruji says, okay, I am living. Wait, where are you living? Disciple says, Janaka says, where are you living? What happened? He removes his throne and says, as a Guru Dakshana, I give my kingdom to you. You keep this. I am leaving. Ashtavakra is smart, he said. Yes, I'll take your kingdom. Yes, now this is my kingdom, right? Yes, this is your kingdom. Okay, are you sure? I'm sure. Call your ministers. Call your people. Everyone came. This is Guruji's. This is Guruji's kingdom. Very good. So everyone, did you understand whose kingdom is this? Guruji's kingdom. Okay. Do you accept? Yes, everyone accepted. Because king, he said, everyone accepts. So now Ashtavakra says, good, this is my kingdom. Now, here Janaka, have this. He places it on his head and says, this is my kingdom and you take care of it. You are my disciple. You take care of it. This is your service. So now Ashtavakra goes peacefully. It is his kingdom, but he is not attached to the kingdom. And he goes peacefully. And now the king is not attached to the kingdom also. Because it is his Guruji's property, not his property. And because it is his Guruji's property, he has to take care of the kingdom better than what it used to be, what he used to do. So that is how you do your karma, by not being attached, as a service. So either for Guru or for Ishvara, whichever is comfortable. Okay, because in Vedanta, Guru and Ishvara are not seen as different. Okay, so that way your Shraddha becomes focused. What you do will not be binding on you. Okay, so Nissanga. From this non-attached way of performing the karmas, he goes Nirmoha. Now, only when I am attached to the karmas, I am attached to the results. Since I am not attached to the karmas, I am not attached to the results. Since I am not attached to the results, I will not be deluded by those actions and those results. Natural. I will not be deluded by any action or any result. So, I gain that non-deluded state. I get rid of the delusions. And from there, you become established, Nischala Tattva. You become established in the self. Because your attachment to the world is gone. Your delusion because of that is gone. Now, therefore, you are established in the truth. Now, that is what we call as Jivan Mukti. Okay. Now, from there, he says, Vayasi gate ka kama vikaraha. Vayasi gate ka kama vikaraha. Vayasi gate ka kama vikaraha. Shushke nire ka kasaraha. Shushke nire ka kasaraha. Shushke nire ka kasaraha. Kshine vitte ka parivaraha. Shine vitte ka parivaraha. Jnate tatve ka samsaraha. Jnate tatve ka samsaraha. Beautiful. He says, Vayasi gate kah kama vikaraha. Shushke nire kah kasaraha. Kshine vritte kah parivaraha. Jnate tatve Kaha samsara. Vedanta in Ishavasya Upanishad, it is very beautifully said. When the wise man understands the self, he becomes knowledgeable, he becomes liberated. What happens to him? Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekattamanu pashyataha. The Shruti says, Tatra ko moha ka shokaha. Where is the delusion? Ko moha. Where is the delusion? Ka shokaha. Only when there is delusion, there is sorrow, etc. Where is the delusion? So, therefore, where is the sorrow? Ka shokaha. Where is the sorrow? Why? There is no delusion, there is no. Ekattamanu pashyataha. Because he sees one non-dual self. When you see nothing other than you, where is the reason for you being deluded or being in sorrow? So, there is no possibility. So, from that angle, he says, Vayasi gate kama vikara. Vayasi gate, when age passes off. When age passes off, when we become old. Kaha kama vikara. What kind of transformations of desire will take place? Your body will not be capable of acting according to the desires. You want to eat muruku. Simple thing. You want to eat muruku. You are given muruku. But what happens? Muruku is that will be ate. You can't chew because you don't have teeth. You can't chew because you don't have teeth. And therefore, in villages, in olden days, they used to have this pounder and they'll pound. They'll put it in mixer or grinder nowadays and they will try to eat. But still, a muruku, if not eaten with your teeth, will not give you the same joy as a pounded muruku. That is not possible. Like a dog loves to bite on the bone. Now, since it likes the bone, why don't you crush the bone and give it to it? It is not going to look at the bone. Dog likes bone, not the bone powder. So, similarly here, when after an age, it becomes impossible for you to act on your desires. It becomes impossible. I'm using very proper words. I'm not saying there will be no desires. Because earlier we made it clear, once one becomes old, his mind is full of thoughts. There's nothing but thoughts. Balastavat kridasaktah, tarunastavat tarunisaktah, vruddhastavat chintasaktah. The old person is always thinking about something or other. Without non-stop it is. So, this old person, it does not mean because he is old, he is smart. That is only for the devil. For the others, it is not possible. It is not at all true. Just because you are old, you cannot claim yourself to be smart. You are old and an idiot. You are young idiot, now you are old idiot. That's the only difference. There is no difference in being an idiot. Now, this old person will have a lot of desires, may have, definitely will have, but he will not be able to act on those desires. So that is why he says, Vayasigate kaha kama vikaraha. He is not saying kama. Vayasigate kaha kamaha. Kama means desire. So lust or desire, whatever it may be. So once you become old, there will be no desire. There will be no lust. No, he is not talking about that. He says kama vikaraha. Vikara means transformation. The transformations of desire. That doesn't take place once you are old. How is it possible? Like chushke, meaning This kama vikara takes place only when you are young. Okay, that is understood. Now, shushke neere kaha kasaraha. Shushke neere. Neera means water. Shushka means dried. So when the water dries up, can you call it? Kasara means pond. Can you call it a pond? Where is a pond? Once the water dries up, where is the pond? There is no pond. What can you call as pond? Like yesterday I said, I am your son. That is why you are a father and you are a mother. That boy's logic. Similarly, if there is no water, there is no pond. Pond has water, but no water cannot be called a pond. Waterless pond. No one says that. If it is not, there is no water, there is no pond. So, shushke neere, when the water is completely dried up, what can be called as pond? There is no pond. There can be no ocean, no pond. Okay. Kshine vritte kah parivaraha. Very beautiful. Kshine vitte. When the vitta, money, dries up. Kaha parivaraha. Who can you call as? See, when you are loaded, when you have lots of money, even people who don't know will recognize you and will want to be friends with you. Even people whom you don't know. You know, famous, big, rich men, you see from the books and things. Now, you meet him somewhere. Oh, sir. Hello, sir. How are you? I've read about you. I've read a lot about you. I am very glad to meet you. Yes, you introduce yourself to him. Not that he is going to say, okay, I'll remove my chain and give it to you. He is not going to do that. But you want to have some conversation or relationship with him. You know, I met him there today. Oh, because he is famous. No, he is famous and rich. That is why. How can you say that? Yes, you should have read about some beggar on the papers. Or you have heard about a beggar on the malls. When you go to that mall, you see there are beggars sitting there in that corner. They'll look like this. All the descriptions you know. And when you go to the mall, that description fits in a person, and you know that is the person somebody was talking about. Oh, hi beggar. I heard a lot about you. But you don't go and introduce yourself. No. So, vitta, money, attracts people. Whether you know, you don't know, does not really matter. Whether you like them or you don't like them, does not really matter. But, kshine vitte, when the money dries up, even your close people, the close relationship, they will just discard you. There are so many stories which I read in paper. Parents are going to court for sake of getting their property. Strange things happen. So, kshine vitte, when the money dries up, you cannot claim anyone to be your relative. No one wants you. Okay. Now, vayasikate, when you are older, there is no transmissions of desire. When the river dries up, there can be no river or there can be no pond. When the money dries up, when you lose your money, there can be no relationship. Similarly, jnate tattve kaha samsara. When you know the truth, where is the samsara? There is nothing called samsara. Like when you had money, relationship were there. There is nothing called relationship. They were not related to you. They were related to your money. They are attracted to your money, not to you. So, in that way, when you understand the truth, the samsara disappears. How can there be samsara? Where is the samsara? There is no possibility of samsara. Samsara takes place. Samsara is because of your ignorance. Not understanding the substratum, not understanding the reality, not understanding the truth. Once you understand the truth, where can there be samsara? So, once you understand it is rope, there can never be, never, not in the past, not in the present, not in the future, snake. There can never be a snake. I saw a snake. You saw a snake. Where is it? Did it exist? No. Does it exist now? No. Will it exist in the future? No. So, once you understand the substratum, you will clearly understand. I am talking about the example of rope snake. Once you understand the rope, there can never be existence of snake on that rope which you superimposed. Similarly, once you understand the tattva, the truth, there can never be something which can be called as samsara. So, jnate tattve kaha samsara. Very good. So, next 11. Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam. Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam. Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Mayamayam idam akhilam hitva. Mayamayam idam akhilam hitva. Mayamayam idam akhilam hitva. Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Okay. So, there can be no samsara when you understand the truth. So, what should I do? So, the problem is identified. What is the solution? I don't have any solution. I just told you the problem. That is not the way we already saw. So, what is the solution? First is like we saw in the second shloka, Muda jahi dhanagama trishnam kurusat buddhim manasi vitrishnam. He comes back to that. He says, Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam. Ma kuru garvam. That is the idea. Don't have ego. Garva. Don't have ego. Don't have any ego. Ego of what? This is what we have ego about. Dhana, wealth. Jana, people. Power. People is power. Yavvana, engage. Your youth. So, money, power, youth. So, beauty, whatever it may be. So, don't be egotistical about any of this. Why? Because, see, he says, Dhana, Jana. Jana, I translated as not people, but as a power. Why? Because people is power. Having 10 people around, that gives you strength. In India, I have seen this. I was studying in a college which had a women's college next to us. Okay. When you see a girl alone, you are alone, no issue. No issue. But at the same time, when you are alone and there are 4 girls, they are going to rag you. Normally, they'll run away from men. Now, when there are 4 of them, the same girls, all the 4 of them individually will run away from that place. But all those 4 of them will be ragging you. Where did they get that strength? Not because you are weak. They got their strength because of mob psychology. 4 people, they find a strength in that 4 and they think they can overpower you, drag you. So that is what he says, that power. There is a beautiful story. This monk who does not come out of the his cave. He does not come out of his cave. He stays in this cave throughout the year. But only once in a year he comes out of the cave to bless people. And people throng that place to have his darshana on that day, to have his blessing on that day. Everyone come there. So at that period, he is about to come in a day or two. At that period of time, another wise man came to that village. So these people were, oh, you came at the right time. Our sadhu, our Swamiji will come out tomorrow or day after. He said, I don't want to meet him. I have no interest in meeting him. People who are egotistical. What? He is not egotistical. He stays always throughout the year. He stays in that cave. How can you call him egotistical? He is egotistical because seeing you people boosts his ego. He does not eat anything. You people are the food. Seeing you is his food. What kind of person you are? I thought you are a wise man. You are a sadhu. You are talking like this about our Swamiji. Okay. Let us see. Tomorrow he is going to come out. Okay. So stop everyone who goes there from meeting him or he meeting them. No one should go to the cave tomorrow. Declare it to everyone. Swamiji is not coming tomorrow. He is going to come day after. Declare this to your village. What happens? We'll see what happens. So they declare that Swamiji is not coming to tomorrow. He is going to come only day after tomorrow. So everyone relaxed. Okay, to day after tomorrow. And day after tomorrow they go there. They see this person dead. Why? He came out, he didn't see anyone. That was his food. And he does not have any food. That was his ego. And his ego is beaten. He loses his control. He dies. That is what will happen. People means power. People means food. People means everything. That is ego. So, ego can take place because of your money. You can do anything. No one will stop you. That kind of arrogance it will give you. People will also bring in the ego, arrogance, and yavana, youth. Oh, you have to see. When you are little old, you will be very careful when you drive your car or bike. Very, very careful actually. But when you are in youth, everything is a game. That's all. You were seeing him now. Now, after a second, he will be there somewhere. Wheeling on the main road. No fear. When we were younger, we used to burst crackers with our hand. Just hold, throw it. After some time, be careful. We are not even cracking the crackers, bursting the crackers. When our kids or people who we know, they are doing, be careful, don't. They'll be like, what is this? This fellow is afraid of this small thing. Has he not burst a cracker? We did that at this age, we did the same thing. But now we are mature, we are afraid. So youth gives a arrogance, ego. Some people got arrested in Chennai because they were racing and wheeling on a very busy main road. On Sundays, they do this racing and wheeling on the main road. They arrested them and they produced in front of the judge. Judge said, okay, punishment. Everyone thought they will be arrested and put in jail. Judge said, no, put them in hospital. There is a hospital called Stanley Hospital in Chennai. Put them in Stanley Hospital in the emergency ward of accidents, trauma 1 week. These fellows are giving interview after 1 week. You should have to see their face. Full of fear. They say, we thought it was a game for us. Playing this, driving this was a game for us. Now we understand the pain these fellows undergo. I don't want to be in the bed like him. No one could have taught him that much, even if you put up any number of amount of fine. Oh, it is only fine, right? You pay fine. Fine is fine. But when they see the pain another accident fellow has, that reforms him. Accident don't happen only because of your mistakes. Oh, I am very careful. I have seen people. You are very careful. But the other person who does not know to drive a vehicle, what happens? I am very careful is useless. When accidents happen only when it is not one-sided. Rarely. Okay, it happens also. But accident happens when there are two people. So any one of them does a mistake, there is accident. So what does he say? Garva, arrogance, ego takes place because of dhana, jana, yavana. Money, power, and people, youth. So what? Only for that, only when, because we have, these are the new age people's statement. I flaunt. I flaunt everything. Whether it's money or it is body. I flaunt beauty. So for that he says, Tarat harati nimeshat kalah sarvam. Kala, time. Kala also can be the death. Lord Yama. Lord Yama is also referred to as Kala. Harati, Hri Harani. He steals away. Who steals away? Kala, the Lord of death or time. Time steals away. What? Sarvam, everything. Your money, your power, your wealth, your youth, everything. It steals. Oh, stealing, that is what is it. Nimeshat, in a second. In 1 second. We have seen this in many places. There was a tsunami. We didn't even know what tsunami is till then. Suddenly there was a tsunami. And everyone was searching for this word tsunami. What is tsunami? And it became a common word in India. Tsunami. Even day-to-day conversation, people use tsunami. The deluge of Rishikesh, which happened, it is not even in the sea. It was Ganges River. Tsunami in Uttarakhand. What tsunami? So during that tsunami, suddenly many people not just lost their life, they lost everything. These people who were rich, who were arrogant, they lost everything and they were standing in a queue for bread, fighting for their dear ones. War. We see that. Earthquake. Any kind of natural calamity. 3-story building, he was rich and all that, and one earthquake, everything collapsed. He is now standing in a queue. Everywhere this takes place. The problem is, like I said, that person died. Oh, he was a very good person. Death only comes to others, not us. These kind of things only comes to others, not us. Oh, no, not for me. Never. So, Kalaha Harati Nimesha. In a second, the Kala, the time, steals away everything from you. Kala, if you take it as a death. If you are dead, what can your power, your youth, your wealth do? Nothing. And that is the beauty of death. Lord Yama, the god of death, has this boon. He is never the culprit. He does not want to take up the job. Say, no, not me. You are the next in line. No, not me. I don't want this job. Make me a clerk in that department, not here. Why? Everyone is going to curse me. Yama did this, Yama did this, Yama did this. I don't want this job of Yama. God gave him a boon, a promise. Don't worry. No one will find fault at you. That is why old age he died. He died of accident. He died of heart attack. Some or other reason we give. Never do we say, though we accept Lord Yama did this, we never say Lord Yama did this. We say some or other excuse for death. So, Harati Nimesha, in a second, in a moment, blink of eye, everything is lost. Everything is lost. So, that is the beauty of Kala, Yama, both. Okay. What should I do? Maya, Mayam, Idam, Akhilam, Hitva, by giving up. Hitva, by giving up. Giving up water, Akhilam, everything. Idam, Akhilam, all this, all these things. How can I give up? Maya Madam, Maya Mayam, they are illusory. Understanding clearly, it is not. Okay, I tell you, it is all illusory. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, illusory, illusory, illusory. No. Understanding, clear knowledge. Without clear knowledge, if you think of giving up, nothing will happen, because if you give up through the front door, it comes through the back door. It will kick you in your back. Definitely. You thought you have sent it away, but it knocks you from the back door. Maya Mayam. Everything is a product of Maya. So, knowing this clearly in a determined way, there should be no doubt regarding that. Only then can you give up everything. Hitva. Yesterday I said, Tva is added only when there is a continuity by the same person, when there is an action done by the same person in the next moment. I do, somebody does something, there will be no Tva. I did that, I am doing this now. So there will be Tva for the past karmas. So, Maya Mayam Idam Akhilam Hitva. By understanding clearly this, whatever, this, I am not saying this, that, Idam, this, whatever you refer to as this Maya, this Maya, this Maya, this Maya, this Maya. You refer to your body as this Maya. So, whatever you refer to as Idam, this, all of them is Maya. By giving up that Hitva, the moment you give up, that person who gives up, what happens to him? He becomes a beggar. No. Brahma Padam Tvam Pravisha Viditva. After giving up this Brahma Padam, Padaniyam, that which needs to be gained. Here Padam is not a, Brahma Padam is not something which you gain. This Brahma Pada, Brahma, the state of being a Brahman, all these words, state of being a Brahman, all these words, state of being, or Brahma Pada, a state, that itself is a oxymoron. There is no Brahma Pada. Then why do we call us Pada? That needs to be gained. Pada means Padaniya, that needs to be gained. Pada means state, that which is to be gained. No. It is like a Rahu's head. Not Rahul's head. Rahu's head. Rahoho Shiraha. There is an example in Sanskrit. Raho Shiraha. Rahu's head. There are two portions, mythological characters, Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is head and Ketu is the body, the trunk portion. So, Rahu is head. So, Rahu's head usage is this case is not really in duality, is to show the identity. Abhede Shashti we call it. to show the identity. Rahu is head. Similarly, Brahma is pada. Brahman is the state. Brahman is not something as some state which you need to gain. Brahman itself is the state. Meaning Brahman itself is. So that pravisha, you enter. Enter viditva, by knowing. Enter the Brahman by knowing. Pravisha means entering. What entering? If there is nothing other than myself, where is the question of entering? Entering because we are on the other side of the self where we have this screen. So remove the screen and enter. Remove the screen and enter means by removing the screen there is no entering. There is only staying, existing. So that is how you have to understand the Brahma Padam Tvam Pravisha Viditva. Then the 12th sloka, the printout of which you have in your hand, that Dinayaminyau Sayam Pratah, Dinayaminyau Sayam Pratah, Dinayaminyau Sayam Pratah, Shishiravasanto Punarayatah, Shishiravasanto Punarayatah, Shishiravasanto Punarayatah, Kala Kridati Gacchati Ayuhu, Kala Kridati Gacchati Ayuhu, Kala Kridati Gacchati Ayuhu, Tadapina Munchati Ashapashah, Tadapina Munchati Ashapashah, Tadapina Munchati Ashapashah. What does it say? Dina Yaminyo. Dina means day. Yamini means night. Dina Yamini. Yamini, they give this name to girls. Yamini. So, Dina Yaminyo. Dual. Dina Yaminyo. Day and night. Okay. Similarly, Sayam Pratah. Sayam Pratah. Evening and morning. Sayam is evening. Pratah is morning. Sayan Kalaha, Pratah Kalaha. Time you add to it. Evening time, morning time. So, day and night, evening and morning, Shishira Vasanto, spring and autumn. Shishira Vasanto, spring and autumn. What is he talking about? Day and night, evening and day, spring and autumn. Punarayataha, they come and go again and again. There was this Swami who stayed in Rishikesh. His name was Shivananda. His name was Shivananda. Old fellow he was. Very old fellow. Even the first time I met, he was old. He was from Tamil Nadu. He forgot most of the Tamil, but he remembered some Tamil. So every time you meet him, Swamiji, how are you? Nothing is good. This year I won't. This summer is my last summer. You meet him later. Nothing is good. This winter is the last winter. So every time, whatever be the climate, he will say, this is my last. So there was one fellow who also died. Whenever he passes by him, this Swami will be sitting on a chair outside his room. Always there. Whenever this person crosses that place, his name was Rishi. Whenever this Rishi crosses that place, he will say, Swamiji, 4 महीने 36 दिन 4 घंटे 4 month 4 year 4 साल he starts with 4 year 4 year 4 months 4 days 4 hours to stay alive. I am not hearing any of this. He will first his will be the first strike. Before the Swami says no this summer, this winter, before that he will say every time. And he stayed many winters and many summers in front of my eyes. So, what do we call? Punarayat. These summers and winters come and go. This day and night comes and goes. This morning and evening comes and goes. Punayata. Again and again, these things take place again and again, again and again, again and again. Kala kridati gacchati ayuhu. Kalaha kridati. The time, places. And gacchati ayuhu. You lose your lifespan. Time, places. When today, if I just cross today, it is okay. What does that mean? You lose 1 day of your life. You lose 1 day of your life. So, kala kridati, the time, place us, and you lose your lifespan. So, this is the nail. I call this as the final nail in the coffin. Tadapi na munchati asha pasha. Even then, he will be in his deathbed. He'll be in there was one joke in a movie. Veedu. The movie name is Veedu. Veedu means house. It says a story about a middle class person building a house. The story is that only think whatever happens in the house, whatever happens while you build a house. Okay. So this middle class person's, this woman's grandfather will be there. He will be in his deathbed. What does he ask? He is not asking for what happened to your house. He is not asking for what happens to his money. He is not asking for anything else. He wants to know what happened to today's story of Sindhubad. There is a famous story called Sindhubad, which will be 3-piece cartoon, which when I was younger, or should I say, when my dad was younger, it started. It is about this Sindhubad, this fellow trying to find his girlfriend Laila, who is caught by a very bad magician, black magician, and he has to kill that black magician and release his girlfriend. How do you kill this magician? His life is not in his body. Even if he is in front of you, you cannot kill him, because he has stored his life in a parrot, caged parrot. And where is that? It is across 7 oceans and 7 mountains, in a cave, inside a cage, inside that parrot. He has stored his life. So you have to go and kill it there, so that he can. This fellow Sindhubad has to go and kill it there, so that he can release his girlfriend, that queen. This is a story I read when I was young, and it is still there, continuing. So this old fellow in his deathbed. So they will take this paper. Yes, I am reading. Sindhubad. Without even knowing what Sindhubad, did Sindhubad really catch hold of his this black magician's life, or did he release this queen? He didn't even know. He died. We won't even know what happened. We will die in suspense. As I said in the morning, we will all die in suspense without knowing what is going to happen here. So that is why he says, Tadapi na munchati. Even though all these come and go, we clearly understand the time is playing us. We clearly understand. But still, Asha pasha na munchati tadapi. Even though na munchati, he does not give up. What? Asha pasha. The desire and the attachments. All these come and go. He clearly understands these are all transient. They are not, because today I see evening and tomorrow also there will be evening. But today's evening and tomorrow's evening, between today's evening and tomorrow evening, the difference is I lost 1 day. One more precious day. 24 hours. So we don't give any importance to that. we are only attached to whatever. Asha pasha, the bondage of desire. Asha pasha means bondage of desire. Pasha means the noose which they use to catch hold of the horse. This is a similar noose which Yama has. So, tadapi na munchati. Even though he understands all this, he does not give up anything. He is played by the time. So, by this, we come to the end of beautiful text called Bhajagovindam. But this text does not end here. There are 12 shlokas which we saw. These 12 shlokas are the primary text. These 12 shlokas are written by Bhagavan Bhashyakara himself. And after this, there are some 20-25 shlokas which is written by which are sung by his disciples, different disciples. Each one of them sung these shlokas in different periods. They are also very beautiful. But this is the crux. Based on this, they also say something. So, this text is a very short and sweet text. I made you chant again and again these things so that some of the words should get registered there, and sometime when you hum, when you understand the meaning, it will do its job. That is the reason. Okay. So, we will see how we retrieve the 4th class. I am not talking about how we retrieve our knowledge from the ignorance. We will see how we try to retrieve the 4th class from Google. That is a joke. Actually, we should have to work on retrieving ourselves from the grasp of ignorance. We have to work for retrieving the self. This is a beautiful thing. Google did a great thing for us. So, we should try to retrieve the grasp of ignorance, from the grasp of ignorance ourselves, the knowledge. So, that is what we should have to work on. All these things, they come and go. They are not eternal. We are holding on to things knowing that it is non-eternal. How smart we are. So, we should have to work to understand this self, this truth. Let us pray Bhagavan Bhashyakara to bless us with that knowledge in this very life as soon as possible. Quickly. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.